Okay, good. All right. So it is Chaturanga week. We are going to work on our Chaturangas. If you were with me on Monday, you might still be sore from Monday's Chaturangas. So we're just going to work through them. So the reason that we are going to work on that part of the vinyasa flow is because we have to get our alignment correct. And once we get further along into March, we're going to bring ourselves to the spring equinox. And it is a tradition to do a lot of sun salutations for the spring equinox. And so in order to be able to do that practice, we need to have our form correct on the Chaturanga. I give lots of opportunity for modification, so you'll be able to do them on your knees if you want to. Baby cobra is just as good as full-size cobra, all of those things. So all of those modifications are going to be available and on the table for you. If you have yoga blocks and you want to use them today, I can give you a little trick to use your yoga blocks when you're practicing this. If you do not have yoga blocks, do not fear. It's all good. We'll get through it in all sorts of ways, right? That's all good. So Maria's here, Claire is here. Hi, friends. I saw Anna with Carrie. How wonderful. Very good. All right, so let's yoga burn. Let's find our way to our seat. You can sit your butt on a block if you want to. You can always sit in a chair to get started if you prefer. If you'd like to just sit right down on that yoga mat, that's a great place to be as well. Of course, you can sit on your shins if you want to, which is how I often begin. You can sit on your butt with your legs loosely crossed. All seated options are on the table here, whatever makes you most comfortable. And then once you decide how to sort of set your physical body up, you can make any of those wiggly movements you need. Roll the shoulders, rock your head side to side, wiggle your hips, rock your knees side to side, any of that sort of stuff to really settle the body in to this physical posture. I'm going to head to my mat here in just a second. Hi, Elena. Sarah's here as well. Wonderful. And just allow yourself to make any of those physical movements that feel good, even some side bends, some seated cat-cow, any of that kind of stuff to settle in. Let's see, set this up here. Very good. All right. Make sure we can actually see my yoga mat here. All right. Yes, good. We'll just spend a few more seconds here making any of those physical movements to get settled. And then gently bringing your body into stillness. Make sure we root down with those sit bones. So the boniest part of your butt on whatever you're sitting on. Nice, tall, dignified spine from the base of your spine all the way up through the crown of your head. Allow your shoulders to relax down. And then you can place those hands on your thighs, place them in your lap, whatever's most comfortable here. And then we'll just begin to shift our focus over to our breath. If you'd like to first, you can just take note of how your breathing is. Just witnessing it, watching it come into your lungs and leave your lungs. And of course, whenever you feel ready, you can begin to deepen that breath. Thinking about that rib cage on your inhale, expand through the front, the back, and the sides of the rib cage. Get nice and buoyant. And then as you exhale, release all of that and let go. Allowing your shoulders to stay relaxed with an inhale, rib cage expands. And your exhale releases and lets go. We'll take 3 more big breaths here, everybody. Eyes open or closed, your choice. Full inhales. Full exhales. Twice more, big breath in. Full breath out. Last one, take an inhale. And an exhale. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale those arms all the way overhead, pressing those palms together. Relax those shoulder blades down. Exhale to draw thumbs to heart center. Beautiful. Twice more, just like that. Inhale those arms up and overhead. Press those palms together. Exhale to draw thumbs to heart center. Once more. Inhale, arms up and overhead. And exhale, thumbs to heart center. Let's work through some seated cat-cow here to really warm up that upper body. So plant your hands on your lap, knees or thighs. Roll your shoulders back. Bring your chest forward. Maybe a little gaze up if that feels okay. Inhale here. Exhale to roll the shoulders forward, tucking your belly, warming up the spine and the shoulders. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Bring your chest forward. You can look up a little if you want. Exhale, round the shoulders forward, tuck in your belly. Last time, inhale, roll the shoulders back. Let that chest come forward, maybe a little look up. And then exhale, round those shoulders forward, tuck in your belly. And then we'll come back to our neutral spine here, taking a side bend to each side before we move on. So let's place that right hand on that right hip. Inhale that left arm up and over here. Keep your sit bones rooted. Exhale, take our side bend over to the right. Take it as far as you'd like to. It doesn't have to go very far. Think about keeping that top shoulder, that left shoulder open. Beautiful. One more breath in here. Breath out. And then we'll inhale both hands to hips. Pause right here as you exhale. And then we'll inhale that right arm up and overhead. Exhale, take that side bend over to the left. So again, take it as far as you'd like to. It doesn't have to be very big. Try to keep that right shoulder nice and open here. One more breath in. And a breath out. And then inhale, come on back to center, hands on hips here. And exhale to settle. We'll make our way over to our tabletop position here when you are ready. Take your time getting there. Of course, we work our alignment first. So spread your fingers really, really wide. We want to root down through all four corners of the palm and all of those fingertips. As you set yourself up, your shoulders stack over the wrists. Knees are about hip distance apart here, and then you can tuck or untuck your toes. Let's work through cat-cow here together. Inhale, drop the belly. Lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And exhale as we push the mat away. Inhale, the belly drops, the gaze lifts, the tailbone lifts. Exhale as we push the mat away. And then last time, inhale, let the belly drop, the gaze lifts, the tailbone lifts. And exhale, pushing the mat away. Coming back to our neutral tabletop here, let's inhale that right leg straight behind us, flex that foot. And then we're going to bend that right knee, make those big hip circles on the right side, opening up that right hip joint. Let's take those circles the opposite direction. Try to keep your shoulders stacked over your wrists here. And then on your next inhale, extend that right leg straight behind you. And then as you exhale, find your tabletop position again, recenter. And then on an inhale, your left leg extends behind you. Bending that left knee and making those big hip circles left side. So again, shoulders are over wrists here. We'll take those circles the opposite direction. And then on your next inhale, extend that left leg straight behind you, level off that torso. Exhaling ourselves back to our tabletop position here. Reset those hands if you need to. Fingers should be spread wide. We're going to set our knees a few inches behind our hips, tucking under those toes. Make sure the shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Take a full inhale. As you exhale, send your hips to the sky for downward facing dog. So you can put as much of a bend in those knees as you need to get started here. You can pedal out those legs if you'd like to. Press through those hands, sit bones up high. And then if you want to work towards straighter knees, send your hamstrings towards the wall behind you. Take another breath in and a breath out. Then we'll send those hips a little bit higher. Let's take our baby steps here up to the top of the mat, finding a forward fold here once you arrive. Beautiful. So we'll draw hands to shins or blocks if you want to use the blocks. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold down. Twice more like that. Hands to shins. Inhale to a halfway lift. Exhaling to fold down. One more time. Hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold all the way down. Reach out through both feet. Let's draw that torso all the way up here. Extend those hips forward. Arms come up. Here's your inhale. And exhale to draw thumbs through heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. We'll take a series of side bends again here. Inhale those arms up and overhead. Press your palms together. Exhale, take our side bend to the right. So root through both feet here. Chest stays open. Beautiful. One more breath. Let's inhale, come on back to center. You can look up this time if you'd like to. Exhale, take our side bend over to the left here. Root through those feet. Both feet pressed down. Chest stays open. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale draws us back to center. You can gaze up. As we exhale, we fold forward and all the way down. Bringing hands to shins or blocks, either one. Inhale here, halfway lift. And then exhale, root those hands down. We're gonna make our way all the way back to downward facing dog. So as much of a bend in those knees as you'd like to here. Send those sit bones up. Press through those hands. You can straighten those knees if you'd like to a bit here. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then we're going to inhale ourselves forward to a high plank here. Shoulders over those wrists. Spread your fingers wide. We're just going to start to engage that belly here a little bit. So check your form. Nice tight torso here. As we inhale, the knees drop to a hover. And then as we exhale, find a high plank. Twice more. Inhale, knees to a hover. Zip up that belly. Exhale, high plank. Last time, knees to a hover on an inhale. And then exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Taking a full breath in. Big breath out. We'll inhale that right leg towards the ceiling here. We've got those square hips. Exhale to step that right foot forward. Drop that back knee down, my friends. Low leg lunge on the right side. So that right knee's on top of that right ankle here. Back toes are tucked under. If you need a blanket underneath this back knee, that's okay. You can set that up. And then try to square off those hips, right? We have worked that before. Shoulder blades are down. Fingertips are up. Settling here for 3 breaths before we move. One more breath, everybody. Here we are. Inhale. As we exhale, we'll root those left fingers down, right fingers to the sky. Let's enjoy our twist here. If you'd like to take that right arm behind your lower back, you can take that version of the posture. One more breath. Here we are. Let's inhale. As we exhale, we unwind. Plant those hands, lift that back knee, and then we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Taking a full breath in. Big breath out. Inhale that left leg towards the ceiling here. Nice square hips, flex that foot. Exhale to step that foot forward. Back knee drops down. Torso comes up. Low leg lunge, left side. Left knee's on top of that left ankle. Back toes tucked. Find those square hips here. Use your hands if you need to for a little guidance. Shoulders down. Fingertips up. Here we are. 3 breaths. One more breath. Let's inhale. As we exhale, those right fingers come down, left fingers to the sky. Here's our twist. If you'd like, you can take that left arm behind the lower back. You can find that version of our twist here tonight if you'd like to. One more breath. Inhale. As we exhale, gently unwind. Planting those hands firmly, lift that back knee. Step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Let's find that breath, everybody. Here we are. Inhale. And exhale. Send those hips a little higher. Take your baby steps or a gigantic step up to the top of the mat here. Coming into our forward fold once you arrive. Hands to shins or blocks. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold down. Torso comes all the way up to standing. Reach those arms up and overhead. Press palms together. Your inhale is here. Exhale to draw thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good, let's take hands to hips here. We're gonna take another forward fold, but we're gonna check our alignment here first. So roll shoulders back, chest comes forward, hands on hips, inhale. Exhale to take it halfway down here. We want hip, knee, and ankle to all be in a line here. So make sure that you're not cocked off to one side or the other. Root through both feet. And as you continue your forward fold here, you can take opposite elbows for ragdoll. Rocking forward and backward if you'd like. Rocking side to side. Send your breath into your hamstrings. Opportunity to loosen the lower back here. Head is heavy. One more breath, my friends. Let's inhale. And exhale. And then we'll release the hands, hands to blocks or shins. Inhale, here's our halfway lift. Exhale to root those hands down, and we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Take a big inhale. Full exhale. Inhale brings us forward to a high plank here. We are all gonna drop our knees all the way down onto the mat here. Your toes can stay tucked under here for right now. Make sure we root through both hands. We're gonna shift from our knees to the top of our head. Shift that part of our body in front of our wrists a little bit. Bend those elbows towards the wall behind us and lower all the way down to the belly. Untuck the toes and find just a baby cobra here. So shoulder blades on the back. You're not gonna wear your shoulders like earrings. Roll them back and down. Bend in the elbows. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, roll over those toes, send your hips to the sky for downward facing dog. Warming it up, everybody. We're building some heat. Take another breath. And then on your next inhale, that right leg extends towards the ceiling here. Nice square hips. Exhale to step that right foot forward. We're going to keep our back knee lifted this time, everybody. Root through those feet. Draw that torso up. Full-size crescent lunge, right side. That right knee is on top of that right ankle. Those right toes point forward. Press firmly through the ball of the back foot here. Use those hands if you need to. Just square off those hips, right? We don't want to be cockeyed with those hips here. Square and level. Shoulder blades are down. Fingertips up. Find your breath. One more breath. Engage that belly, everybody. As we exhale, we're going to take an upright twist over to the right. Shoulders stay over the hips. We're just going to stay right here for 3 breaths. We're not going to do anything fancy. Crown of the head continues to reach up. One more breath. Our inhale brings us back to crescent lunge. Reach those fingers up. Our exhale roots those hands down and steps it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Big breath out. Inhale that left leg towards the ceiling. Find those square hips here. Exhale to step that left foot forward. Back knee stays lifted, everybody. Full-size crescent lunge, left side. Left knee's on top of that left ankle. Press through the ball of the back foot. Find those square and level hips. Fingertips up. Here we are. 3 breaths. One more inhale. As we exhale, take our upright twist over to the left. Shoulders are over those hips. We'll stay right here for 3. Stay in those legs. One more breath. Inhale, come on back to crescent lunge. Reach those fingers up. Exhale to frame that front foot, and we'll make our way back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Send those hips up a little higher, my friends. Walk, step, or hop up to the top of your mat. Forward fold here once you get here. Hands to shins or blocks. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Torso comes all the way up. Reach those arms up and overhead. Press palms together. You can look up here. And exhale to draw thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. All right, I'm gonna get a little chatty here for 1 second. When we lower ourselves down into Chaturanga, either all the way down onto the stomach or into our low push-up, you wanna think about taking your elbows back behind you so that your rib cage just comes in between those arms, right? So from the side, it looks like this, right? From the front, you don't want it to look like that, right? So we don't want to wing our elbows out to the side. You want to tuck shoulder blades down, and then as you lower, like that, okay? Elbows work behind you, your upper arm is right next to your body. If your hands in your plank are too close together, you don't have any space, right? You can't actually lower all the way down. So we want to have a wider plank. Look at that, see? And then as those elbows move back, our body lowers down. You have space to lower your body through. Okay, so I'll show you obviously down on the ground to do that too, but we did one already. I just wanted you guys to get an idea about how to lower the body down with enough space, shoulders plugged in to protect that upper body. Okay, so then we'll do it the next time we make our way back to a plank. All right, so we're back to the top of the mat. Thank you for letting me chat. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhaling to fold forward and all the way down. Hands come to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back. Exhale to plant those hands. We're gonna make our way all the way back to downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. Inhale forward to a high plank here, everybody, so check it out. Shoulders are over those wrists, spread your fingers wide. You can drop your knees down like we did on the first one, or you can keep your knees up. Either way, everybody shift shoulders forward a bit of the wrists, and then send your elbows behind you as you lower all the way down to the belly. Make sure your shoulder blades are on the back, untuck those toes, and then a baby cobra maintains a bend in the elbow. A full cobra presses up all the way. Let's stay here for an extra breath, either baby or full. Make sure those feet are down, shoulder blades are down. So we're not up here, shoulder blades down. And then on your next exhale, roll over your toes, send your hips to the sky, downward facing dog. Big breath in, big breath out. Inhaling that right leg towards the ceiling here. We have square hips, here we are. Exhale to step that foot forward, back knee stays lifted. Finding our crescent lunge again here, my friends. We've been here before, so we're gonna build on what we were just working on. Inhales. Exhales. Good alignment, settle in, one more breath in. Exhale, upright twist over to the right. Here we are. Shoulders over those hips. And then you're welcome to stay here or take that right hand this time to that left hamstring, reaching those left fingers up and back. Full breath in. Big breath out. One more inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then we'll inhale that torso up. We're still in the twist. Exhale, left fingers down, right fingers to the sky. Look at that, how we did that. Big breath in, my friends. Stay strong in those legs. Full breath out. One more inhale. As we exhale, carefully unwind, plant those hands down and step back for downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. We're gonna inhale that left leg up towards the ceiling with those square hips. Exhale to step that foot forward. Back knee stays lifted. Here we are, crescent lunge, left side. Find your alignment. Do what you can to square and level those hips. Taking one more inhale here. As we exhale, take our upright twist to the left. Shoulders are over those hips. And then you have the option to stay here, or that left hand can find that right hamstring, and then you'll reach those right fingers up and back. Stay in those legs. One more round of breath. Inhale back to our rotation here, torso's tall. Exhale, right fingers down, left fingers to the sky. Look at that. Good, stay in those legs. Find your breath. One more inhale. As we exhale, carefully unwind, plant those hands, and we'll step ourselves back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let's do it again. Inhale forward to a high plank here, everybody. So your options always are to drop your knees down and go that way. You can keep your knees up if you want to. And like we did last time, you can drop to the belly or try a low push-up chaturanga. Roll over those toes. Bring your chest through your shoulders here. Take a big inhale. Exhale to roll over those toes. Send your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. We'll send those hips a little higher, walk, step, or hop up to the top of the mat. Coming into our forward fold here. Once you arrive, drawing hands to shins. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhaling to fold down. Torso comes all the way up. Reaching those arms up and overhead, press palms together. You can gaze up here. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Beautiful. Bring those feet all the way together here, everybody. Big toes touch, inner thighs touch. Coming back and down into chair pose, Utkatasana. So I always invite hands on hips here. You're welcome to keep hands on hips. Everybody should be able to see their toes. Spine is nice and neutral. If you would like arms overhead, feel free to find that version of the pose. 3 breaths. One more breath. Let's inhale and exhale. And then we'll inhale to stand all the way up, straight arms, straight legs, reach up. You can gaze up. Exhale to fold forward and all the way down. Separate those feet to hip distance again, everybody. And then as we did earlier, you can grab opposite elbows or you can grab onto those big toes this time if you want to. Head is heavy. Breath into the hamstrings. 3 breaths here. One more breath. Here we are. Unhook those hands wherever you have them. Draw hands to shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plant those hands. Let's take ourselves back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale forward to a high plank. You are welcome to drop your knees. Exhale, come to the belly or low push-up chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than the elbows here. Roll over those toes. Bring your chest through your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, send your hips to the sky. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. We'll inhale that right leg up towards the ceiling. When you're ready, square hips here. Exhale to step that right foot forward. Come up onto those fingertips here, my friends. We're going to pivot that left foot down. We have warrior 2 in the lower body here. Press through both feet as you bring your torso all the way up. Full size warrior 2, right side. So right knee's on top of that right ankle here. Press through the outer edge of your back left foot and then check those hips, right? Your back hip might be up too high like mine is, so level those hips off. Engage your inner thighs, engage your glutes, shoulders down, arms are straight and strong. 3 breaths right here. One more, here we are, let's inhale. And exhale, flip that right palm, reach those right fingers behind us, revolved warrior. Stay in those legs for 1 full breath, inhale. And exhale. And then torso is going to stay. We're going to straighten that right knee. Torso comes up on an inhale. Both legs are straight. And then we'll exhale to reach forward, right hand to the shin, foot, or floor for triangle pose. If you have blocks and you'd like to try something new here, take a block to the outside of your right shin. Press that hand into that block. Press your shin into the block. That's going to engage that lower body even more. Press through both feet. Chest stays open to the side. Good. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. You can have that hand on that shin. You can drop your hand down to your foot or drop your hand to the floor. Find your breath. One more breath, my friends. Here we are. Let's inhale. Stay for your exhale. Gaze down at those right toes. We're going to square off that torso here. Step your left foot halfway forward, coming into pyramid pose on the right side. Right toes continue to point forward. Left toes are pointing out slightly here. If you want to play with blocks, if you have them, bring them to frame your front foot here. That left hip is going to want to pop up. Let's square that off here. Find your breath. One more breath, my friends. Here we are. Let's inhale. Stay right here for your exhale. And then that left foot's going to step all the way forward to meet your right foot. Forward fold. Beautiful. Look at that. You can bend and straighten a little if you want to. And then we'll draw hands to shins. Inhale to a halfway lift. Here's your flat back. Exhale to fold down. Root through both feet. Draw that torso all the way up. Reach those arms up and overhead. Press palms together. Here's your inhale. Exhale to draw thumbs through. Heart center mountain pose. Tadasana. Bring those feet together again. Everybody chair pose. Utkatasana. Sitting it back and down. 3 breaths. Let's settle in here. Hands are always welcome to be on hips, or you can reach your hands up. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Straight arms, straight legs. Reach up, gaze up. Here's your inhale. Exhale to fold forward and bring it all the way down. Separate those feet one more time to hip distance apart. You can grab opposite elbows, ragdoll. Grab onto your big toes for yogi toe lock. Or you can take your hands this time underneath your feet for gorilla pose. Head is heavy no matter what your arms are doing. One more breath, my friends. Here we are. Let's inhale. Let's exhale. And then we're going to unhook those hands wherever you have them. Draw hands to shins. Inhale to a halfway lift. Here's your flat back. And exhale to root those hands firmly. Let's take ourselves all the way back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Big breath out. Inhale forward to a high plank, my friends. You can drop your knees down if you'd like to. As you exhale, take it to the belly or low push-up chaturanga. Roll over your toes. Bring your chest through your shoulders. Inhale. And then as you exhale, send your hips up towards the sky for downward facing dog. Full breath in. Big breath out. We'll inhale our left leg up towards the ceiling when you're ready. Nice square hips here. Exhale to step that right foot forward. Pop up onto those fingertips to give ourselves a little bit of balance here. And then pivot that back right foot down. Coming into warrior 2 in the lower body. And then press through both of those feet as we draw that torso all the way up for full-size warrior 2. Good. Left knee's on top of that left ankle here. Level those hips off. Press through the back foot as well. Arms straight and strong. Relax those shoulders down. Plug those shoulder blades in. 3 breaths. One more breath. Here we go. Let's inhale. Let's exhale. Flip that left palm. Reach left fingers behind. Revolved warrior for 1 breath. Inhale. And exhale. Torso stays as we straighten that left knee. And then draw that torso up on the inhale. Reaching fingers forward to come into triangle pose on the left side. Exhale. So if you have that block again, place it to the outside of that left shin. Press your shin into the block here. Press your hand into the block. Open up your chest to the right. If you're not using a block, no problem. Shin, foot, or floor with that hand. One more breath, my friends. Here we are. Inhale. And exhale. Gaze down at those left toes. We're going to square off the hips and torso. Step that right foot about halfway forward. Coming into pyramid pose on the left side. Left toes continue to point forward. Those right toes are out a little bit here. That right hip is going to want to pop up a little bit. Do what we can to square off those hips here. Hands on blocks is great. One more breath, everybody. Here we go. And then we're going to carefully step our right foot forward to meet the left foot. You can bend and straighten those knees. And then we're going to heel toe our feet out to the width of the mat here, dropping those glutes down, coming into yogi squat malasana. Here we are. So I've been showing this a lot with a block under those butt cheeks. You're welcome to sit on a block if you need to here. Whatever direction those toes point, those knees are going to go the same way. Use your outer glute muscles to move those knees, right? So we don't want to just rely on our elbows. Use your butt to take those knees out. You can stay on your block, my friends, if you'd like to. If you'd like to draw thumbs to heart center, elbows inside those knees, you can. Let's stay here, and then I'm going to give you a few more options for this today. One more breath. So you can stay here. You can sit on a block. You can take a little bit of rotation, side to side, or you can practice crow today if you'd like to practice crow pose. I will do a crow workshop eventually, but if you know and love crow pose, Bakasana, you are welcome to give it a whirl today. We practice Chaturangas, and that is the basis for that as an arm balance. If you're looking for a little bit of crow guidance here, set your hands up just like Chaturanga. Knees plug into the upper arms or up towards the armpits. Gaze forward, not down. And then you can draw one foot, maybe both feet. Crow pose. If you're in Malasana, you can stay, or you can stand up, straighten those legs. If you're in crow and you want to try the jump back, try the jump back. And then everybody from wherever you are right now, make your way back to downward facing dog. Find a breath. From down dog, my friends, we're going to inhale those knees all the way down to the mat. Untuck those toes. Exhale, hips to heels, child's pose. Take a moment here just to reset for a second. 3 breaths. And then gently making our way through our tabletop position here. Knees to hip distance if they're not already there. Tuck your toes, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Take an inhale. Exhale, hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Optional vinyasa. So if your upper body is done, you don't have to do this, okay? So let's, if you would like it, we'll inhale forward to a high plank. Exhale to the belly or low push-up chaturanga. Roll over your toes. Chest comes through shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. We'll send those hips a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop up to the top of your mat here. Forward fold once you get up here. Bringing hands to shins or blocks. Inhale. Exhale, fold down. Torso comes all the way up. Reach those arms up and overhead. Here's your big breath in. And exhale, thumbs through, heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. Good. We're going to combine a little bit of balance with a little hip opener here. We've done this before. This is nothing new for us here. If you need something to hold on to, you can find something to hold on to. All right, so we're going to do a figure 4 chair. So root down for your left leg. Draw your right knee up to 90, and then we cross our right ankle across our left thigh here. So we have a big figure 4 shape with that lower body. Good. Flex this foot. Don't point this foot. Flex this foot, right? Hips are as level as we can get them. You can stay here if this opens up your right hip enough. Or you can start to drop down into a chair with that leg crossed over here. Think about sending your right knee out to the right side here to really engage that hip on that side. Keep pressing your ankle into your thigh. And then you are welcome to take any arm variation here, hands on hips, thumbs to heart center. You can reach your arms up and overhead like chair. You can drop your hands down to blocks or the floor to really take this figure 4 even deeper. That's up to you. Settle in, find your breath. One more breath, my friends. Let's inhale. Exhale. Press through that left foot. We're going to stand all the way up. Oh, I lost it. Draw that right knee up. Big breath in. And then exhale, right foot comes down. Good. Shake it out. We'll take it to the other side. And then we'll make our way down onto our mat in a second here. Root down through your right foot. Draw your left knee up. 90, hip, knee, ankle. Try to level those hips first. Crossing left knee across right thigh when you're ready. Send your left hip out to the left side here, so really engage. And then you can stay or drop into your chair. Pressing ankle into thigh. Hands can stay on hips, my friends. You can draw thumbs to heart center. You can reach arms up. You can drop hands down. Try to drop those hips. Really work the balance. Work the hip opening. Find your breath. One more breath, my friends. Let's inhale. And exhale. Press through that right foot. Draw that left knee up. Here we are. Big breath in. Exhale that left foot all the way down. Good. Shake it out. Beautiful. Make your way back to the top of your mat if you've moved. And then inhale those arms up and overhead. Exhaling to fold forward and all the way down. Hands drop to shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plant those hands firmly. Let's take it all the way back to downward facing dog. Big inhale. Full exhale if you would like a last vinyasa. Inhale forward to a high plank. This is optional, my friends. Exhale to the belly or chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog. Here's your inhale. Exhale, hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in. Take a big breath out. Send those hips a little higher. You can walk, step, or hop up to the top of the mat. And then we're going to make our way all the way down here, coming into a butterfly pose. Bottoms of the feet together, knees out to the side. So we're going to stay here for a few extra seconds today. You can draw your heels in as close as you want, or take your feet away. If you were finding that you want something a little bit more adventurous, then butterfly pose, you can try fire log, placing one shin on top of the other shin here. There might be space in between that knee and the foot. If so, you're going to want to put something under there for some support. So either way is great. Butterfly, fire log. This is a hip opener. So if you're looking for another hip opener, try this. Sit bones root down regardless of what your legs are doing. Torso is tall. 3 breaths here. One more breath. If you're in fire log, you want to switch to the other side so the other shin comes on top. If you're in butterfly, you can fold forward in butterfly if you'd like to today. Sit bones root down. Three breaths. One more breath. And then whatever configuration you find those legs in, extend those legs forward, pressing your heels into the ground here, toes up towards the sky. Sit bones are down. Inhale those arms up and overhead. Exhale to fold forward and all the way down. 3 breaths right here. One more breath. Here we are. Let's inhale. And exhale. Drawing that torso up. Plant those hands a few inches behind those hips. Fingertips towards your heels. Dig your heels into the ground. Lift your hips up for mudslide. Press up, press up, press up. Find your breath. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale to lower down. We're going to carefully bend those knees and just from our seat here, windshield wiper those knees side to side. And then come on back to center when you're ready. Forearms around shins. And we'll make our way all the way onto our backs. Making those circles with those knees if that feels good. Beginning to settle our breath down a little bit here as well. And then come on back to center here. Plant those feet. Arms can come out to the side or up overhead. And I'm just going to cue the basic twist here today. If you would like a different twist with that lower body, you're welcome to take a different shape here. So wherever you are, let's inhale. Exhale, let those knees fall over to the right. So again, if you want a different shape here, that's okay. Finding the twist shape that feels best for you. Wherever you choose to go, keep those shoulder blades down on the mat. Back of the head is on the mat. Find your breath. And then when you're ready, we'll gently draw those knees back to center, making the same shape you just made here. Exhale, take it to the left. So again, you can separate your feet and knees. You can take a hook if you want to, whatever rotation you'd like to take. Shoulder blades are down. Back of the head is on the mat. Arms take up as much space as you'd like. One more breath, my friends. Let's inhale those knees back to center. You can rock those knees side to side a little bit if you'd like to. And then we'll come back to center. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Reach in between those thighs to grab onto toes, arches, or ankles for happy baby. So you want to take your knees out nice and wide here, maybe even making it 90 degrees at the knee joint. Send your tailbone nice and long here. So the length of your tailbone is on the mat here. You don't want your lower back up. Lengthen that tailbone. If you have to shorten your arm length here to come up to your ankles, that's okay too. Finding one more breath here. And then we'll gently draw ourselves back to center, inner thighs together, extend those legs up towards the sky. Again, that tailbone is super long here. Extend your heels up towards the ceiling, getting as long as you can now from that tailbone up through the back of the legs. Your arms can stay long here. You can put a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. You can make your way over to legs up the wall if you'd like to. Wherever you are, find a breath in. Find a breath out. If you like to use blocks for your practice, you can place a block under your lower back here, get a little bit more height. You can also draw the bottoms of your feet together, let your knees come out wide, or any other finishing postures you would like to take for tonight's practice. Please feel free. We have a few minutes here of yogi playtime. So find those postures that you need to finish out your practice tonight. Whatever you choose, continue to find that breath. If you've chosen to take a twist over to one side, let's make sure we take that same posture going the other way. And of course, if there's any transitional postures you'd like to take, legs up the wall, butterfly shoulder stand, and then when you feel ready to make your way to full Shavasana, extend those legs long. Allow your feet to take up the width of your mat. Arms can be long by your sides, or you can place a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. Head, hips, and heels are heavy on the ground. And then find a full inhale. As you exhale, melting into the support of the earth beneath you, please enjoy full Shavasana. Find a full breath all the way in and a big breath all the way out. Gently beginning to wiggle those fingers and toes. Gently rolling the wrists and ankles. Gently rocking the head side to side. When you feel ready, extend those arms all the way overhead to get as long as you can from your fingertips to your toes. Take a big inhale. So you exhale, draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins, give yourself a big hug. Gently making your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position when you are ready. We'll take a moment in this posture as we always do, allowing ourselves to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. With a heart full of gratitude, use both hands to gently bring you up to a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like and feels like for you. Drawing those thumbs together at heart center once you arrive. Eyes open or closed, and we'll close out our time together with one more big round of breath. Let's inhale and exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste. Namaste and kittens, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney.
Hey, I hope you guys liked it.
Thank you.